Riverside Sunderland as a project to regenerate the city centre through Riverside Park and the office space that's been built on the Vaux site. Ultimately, the point of having those 1,000 homes, up to 10,000 jobs on these new developments is that this will all feed into the city centre. It will feed into the Bishop Wearmouth Conservation Area. It will feed into High Street West. It will feed into the Minster Quarter, where we've got the auditorium and the fire station and all the facilities that Sunderland Culture offer. The whole point of this is to give us an expanded city centre offer, including the bridges, obviously, where people have more shopping available, more pubs, clubs and restaurants to go to, and a greater offer for their leisure time. And I have no doubt that Riverside Sunderland will add and enhance Sunderland's nighttime and daytime economy.
We have things like the auditorium, which will be a creative and cultural venue for the city. And it's really important that the people in Riverside Sunderland can really enjoy the public realm of Riverside Sunderland in terms of that connectivity and its ability to use the riverside as a place for leisure, to walk, to cycle, to be able to use our community parks that will be created. So that it's just a great space for people to live in, to play in, and to connect to the cultural aspects of the city and the creative aspects of the city. Riverside Sunderland is split into some number of quarters. So there's the business district, but also there's a housing community. So we're going to create 1,000 new homes within the city centre as part of Riverside Sunderland. And not just normal homes that we're used to, the traditional built brick. These are about modern methods of construction, sustainable homes, eco-friendly, digitally connected smart homes. So really creating housing of the future, enabling people to live their lives in a very different way.
When you look at the Galleysgill area with the houses that are going to go in on both sides of it and across the river, how that's all going to be linked with green space, parks, places for people on bicycles, walking, linking the Stadium of Light site onto the Vaux site, the houses, and how all of that will then move through the Vaux site, through onto the Keel line and into the city centre. It's very, very important that we get that right. I'm delighted that we're going to have so many houses where people can live, and then they can very quickly and very easily move to work. What is going to be crucial for us, and it ties into our 21st century green, clean credentials, is that they will be properly green homes. They're going to meet all the standards that the council has set for itself within its city plan, which takes us through to 2033.
I think a challenge perhaps for Sunderland in recent years is not only has employment sites and employment space being developed on the edge of town, leading to this sort of lower density sort of structure of the city, but also that's the same as happened for residential investment too. We've seen a lot of development right on the edge of Sunderland, or even just a little bit beyond, which has implications for for public transport usage. It's more difficult to provide public transport when you've got things more spread out. Has issues in terms of trying to provide good public services as well if you haven't got that density in place. And so I think trying to encourage a bit of that density from a residential point of view as well as a commercial point of view is a really important aspect of trying to make Sunderland, I think, fit for, not only for the 2020s and the 2030s, but actually the 2050s and 2060s too.
Riverside Sunderland will connect the Stadium of Light to the city, meaning our supporters can enjoy the transforming city before and after games. It will be fantastic to see the Riverside come back to life as a place to live, work and play.
Guildbridge will be the fifth acquisition that the group has made in and around Sunderland over the course of the last 4 years. And what particularly excites us about this is that it's a natural consequence of the investments that Sunderland City Council have made alongside Legal & General and other partners in the city. And what I think differentiates this area is that it's really comprehensively thought through in terms of it's the relationship between not just office space on its own, but office space, space for people to live, space for people to play, to enjoy the culture in Minster Quarter, and it all gels together very, very well. And that's why we think that with the redevelopment of the former police station at Guildbridge, which is where we are now, we'll be able to actually provide modern, flexible accommodation to allow for SME businesses to work, to collaborate, and also we're going to give up quite a bit of space for people to actually mingle and to actually share ideas, which will hopefully complement the large floor plate space that's being built across the road.
I think Sunderland's got some incredible assets that have been massively underplayed for years. And some cities would die to have a river like we've got, to have a marina like we've got, to have a coast like we've got. And we've got all of that. I think the difference now is it's all being connected back into the city centre. So it actually feels like a city rather than just a town, which is, I think, where it's been kind of hiding its light under a bushel for so many years now.
Sustainability is absolutely critical to any design. It has to be at the heart of what we do now as a society. You only have to consider the challenges which the world faces. So when you're putting together something as ambitious as this master plan, then it's great to see it put front and centre. So making sure that we've got the transportation right, the layout right, that people can live close to where they work as well, cut down on that transfer, making sure it's the right quality of housing and accommodation which is proposed, which is environmentally sound, efficient to run. All those types of things are becoming so critical in terms of people's appreciation of quality of life.
Sunderland is a changing city, and it's changing fast. It's brilliant to see the huge investment going into Sunderland Riverside, which is going to transform the city centre. Sunderland has always been a great city. It's in a fantastic location and it's got brilliant people. But now we're going to have the opportunity to bring people back to live, to work, to play, to lead healthy lifestyles. It will look back to our traditions and our heritage from the past, but it will also be providing the platform for the innovation and the embracing of future technologies, which will make Sunderland such a vibrant city for the future. It's so important that people come back to city centres to bring them back to life again. And I really look forward to watching the transformation that's going on in Sunderland Riverside.
With new cultural venues, with improved transport links, with a great sporting tradition, it offers a quality of life for all. But now particularly with the Riverside development, the investments by Legal and General and others, providing office space, living accommodation, and so much more. I encourage everybody to take a fresh look at what the City of Sunderland really is capable of providing any ambitious business.